Tuesday, September 12th, 2017, 8:57 p.m., and we will now begin the Successor Agency meeting. Roll call.
Director Zarita.
Here.
McCoy.
Here.
Sharif.
Here.
Chairperson Brown.
Here. We will now have public comments on agenda and non-agenda items. Mr. Robert Ray.
Thank you, Robert Ray Compton. Excuse me. First, on the good side, the property in the corner of Compton and Central, 2000 West Compton, CBRE and I are already really trying to get the Golden Corral to come to that corner. He's working at him, I'm working at him, so keep your fingers crossed we may have a Golden Corral come to Compton. Okay, Alondra Regional Park. It was my understanding when the agreement was made for these people to tentatively purchase the property, they were going to do a new environmental impact study. No one has set foot in that property at all since that last meeting. Number two, when Best came and cut down the weeds, they just left the weeds piled up. Now they are decaying. Last week we had all that hot humidity, and the wind and the stench from that park is unbearable. We've actually filed complaints with AQMD. We've got to get the stench cleaned up from that park, or it's going to even get worse. So somebody's got to come and clean up all those dead weeds, or we're going to have a real problem on our hands.
Thank you. Mr. Anton Banks is no longer here. Mr. David Irons.
David Irons, a resident of Compton. You know, I'm giving a banquet, and Mr. Rambo is going to be the keynote speaker. And it's not about politics, it's about police power. Because so many people get in trouble because they don't know about police powers. And hopefully he'll let you understand that some things that go on in here might put you in jail, as some of the other people that used to be in office, like Omar Bradley and stuff like that. But, you know, try to get this city back. And another thing, I'm really disappointed when I used to work, I got together with some people I knew. I said, we're not going to argue in front of these people. We're not going to entertain these people that we don't know. We never argued in front of them, and they argued in front of us. So look who looks wrong, bad. You need to start being more civil-minded. And I had so much stuff to say, but I forgot half of it. But hopefully you'll come to that banquet. Even though the city is not paying a penny out for it, because that's going to be the first thing. How much is the city paying? They ain't paying for it, I'm paying for it, even though it's my corporation. So we got a guy named Samuel Pace. He's going to speak on, he's a karate expert. In fact, he's putting together a tournament. And these children that live in this city need to learn how to protect themselves. You shouldn't put a child in jail because he had a fight. I would have went to jail for fighting 5 people.
Mr. Holyfield.
Again, I'm from the Great Third District. My name is Benjamin Holyfield. And I'd like to follow up on this request that I had concerning the emergency preparedness process. That I'd like to get that program, and I'd like for you to make sure that every citizen in Compton, due to the fact that all this stuff is happening in other parts of the country, I think that we're entitled to know what is our, in case something happens, what do we do, and when do we do it, and how do we do it, and etc. So I really would like to get that. And the next thing, we need more code people that's cost effective, and particularly on all this situation is and I see a lot of it in Compton is based on codes, And coding, in my opinion, is cost effective. Every business, everyone who owns property is responsible, and we need someone to verify that. So we need more code people, and that's effective. And then we need that sign on the freeway indicating that the people are in Compton. Every city you go through, they have a sign, welcome and etc. We don't have that. We used to. And the sign cost us $239,000 based on my research to put it out there. And there was 2 of them. We'd like to know what happened to that sign. Can we bring it back? Or what are we really going to do? And the shopping centers, these 2 shopping centers, should be brought up to date. We want to bring revenue into Compton. In order to do that, it's going to take all of us. And City Clerk, I'm not against that. I'm not with all that nonsense I've been hearing. I want you to know that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Holyfield. Ms. Joyce Kelly.
Anything Robert Ray says about Alondra Park, I'm behind him 100%. Successor Agency, I don't know Successor Agency or whether the city of Compton owns some of the properties out here in the city that's nothing but blight. How about on Alameda where that the trash company used to be? That's horrible. And some of these different areas, even if you don't own it, Long Beach Boulevard near Alondra, have these people to clean these, Alondra and Santa Fe. Have the people to clean the property up, or the city cleans it up. It's just little things like that. And if you don't have enough people, I tell you, we're not giving them a raise, so you could hire some employees. You guys aren't making any type of steps to try to improve the looks of this city. And I don't understand how you can spend so much money and approve these warrants for potholes that are filled, and 2 months later, the stuff that's in the hole is coming out. I don't know what all that is, but rocks are coming out. Didn't used to be like that. Why can't you get some money together and pave one street at a time like they did over in Cerritos or Lakewood? It's a shame. All this money is being misappropriated, and there's a law against it. Thank you.
Good night. Ms. Lynn Boone.
Lynn Boone, City of Compton. And it wasn't nonsense for a leader. I want a leader to win. I'm just saying, you know, congratulations that you're running. I'm just saying, if you win, and I want you to win. It's just that I don't want you to be city clerk and on the school board, too. I want a real city clerk. The other thing that I want to say, if you look under the minutes under this, okay, on July the 11th, I asked, and I'm asking again just so it can be out here because there are other agencies that are watching our council meetings. I had asked if this council would adopt an ordinance that will prohibit any elected officials in Compton to be associated with any nonprofit organizations by either being owners or being involved with individuals who have nonprofits or relatives, because there has been voting up here on this dais of people that are affiliated with nonprofits. And even though our city attorney may not say it, that is illegal and unethical as well. You know, it's just, and I just want to piggyback on something that councilperson in District 1 said. I know you said that we need to be reading on the website about the different issues in regards to the marijuana, but I want the council members to read as well, because we have been lied to so many times out here. And one of them is Measure P. Measure P was supposed to fill every street, do the potholes and stuff. Even in the runoff, we had somebody standing up in a blue dress saying that they got money to fill every street. Well, it's not happening. And Measure P, you guys just voted on the resolution 24605, and you spent all the Measure P money to pay for past invoices, and no committee has been put together. So please read yourselves. Thank you.
Madam City Clerk.
Approval of minutes.
So moved. Second. Roll call.
Directors Rita,
Yes.
McCoy, Sharif,
Yes.
Chairperson Brown.
Yes.
Item number 2 under new business is warrant number 240845, dated July 20th, DS Services of America, sparklets for water service for the Successor Agency in the amount of $176.65, requested by the Successor Agency.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Director Zarita.
Yes.
McCoy.
Yes.
Sharif.
Yes.
Chairperson Brown.
Yes.
Director's comments.
Thank you, Madam. Director Sharif?
Yes, one comment is that this past Saturday in my audience comments, I forgot to thank the parents and the students for coming out and participating in the backpack giveaway, and they did a tremendous job when they was there. One thing I was very proud of is that when they left the park clean, and so I really want to thank all the parents and the students for coming out. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Sharif. Director McCoy?
No, no comment.
Thank you, Director Zarita? No, thank you. Thank you. Let's just say this publicly. I requested an update on the current status of our successor agency properties. There are some ENAs that were granted that are on the cusp or may have expired, and so I'd like a report to come to the council. In addition, just publicly, I was contacted by someone at the school district, and they had wanted to confirm that the city had no interest in a couple of their parcels that they are now going to be selling on fair market value. I would assume they're going to follow the law. I just want to make certain that that is not the case. If I've done my inquiries and also asked, and I want to just make certain that there is nothing that has come to the city in writing. So if just a report can come to the city to report out on what's happening, because I don't believe the council has made an action. I know we didn't on any property. So if there are properties being offered to the city, then that should come to the body so that we can make a decision and discuss the merits of whatever acquisitions there will be. There's also a lot of discussion in the community. I'm actually going to do a town hall about it, about just what is the law and what properties are available and all these things. So I'll provide additional updates. But I do want to make certain that if the school district has indeed contacted the city, that has been done in writing. And if it has been done in writing, please share. And if not, we can proceed forward. And I'm going to assume, from what I've been told, that the school district did not reach out. So I'm just trying to confirm and get that report back to the body so that we can proceed forward. And just to remind our directors, board members, that in 2018, the city or the successor agency body, we will no longer have input on our successor agency properties in terms of what the land use will be ultimately. That decision will be made by the County of Los Angeles. And so we do have a few months to make that determination as a governing body of what we want to see in our community. So I just want to make it public that we have time to get in front of this. We should get in front of this. If we need to have a workshop, what have you, we need to make some decisions and make them quickly, because we don't want people that do not live here making decisions for our land use. Just putting that on the radar. Any additional comments? May we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Director Zarita.
Yes.
McCoy.
Yes.
Sharif.
Yes.
Chairperson Brown.
Yes. Thank you and good night.
Thank you. Good night.